welcome.
Hello.
Little
Hello.
some technical difficulties there. So I had set up the stream probably a week ago. No, not even a couple days ago. Through my phone, and then I went to go on the web browser, and it wasn't on there. So I had to delete the stream, create a new one, and now, if anybody might be a little confused, so hopefully they'll find their way here and get here tonight. But if not, that's a bummer. But yeah, we're live. We got Nikki, Joe, and Johnny as our surprise guest tonight. Reached out to him, and I said, whether you like it or not, you got to join tonight.
Yeah, it is a surprise. I had no idea. I didn't even want to be here. April made me do this tonight.
Thanks,
I'm not
April.
even
We
supposed
love
to
you.
be here today.
Yeah, I was supposed to be doing something else tonight, but April said you're doing this.
Don't be letting Bob down.
Gosh, yeah. I'm gonna get in trouble for that one.
Uh, so we are going to be talking about the town tonight and loyalty. We're going to have some discussions about loyalty and the town. So did Nikki? I know you rewatched it.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, did you get a chance to? Did you rewatch it or no?
I just watched it like probably 4 months ago, so I didn't rewatch it.
And Johnny, how about yourself? Did you watch it or no?
I did. When you asked me if I wanted to do this, I think we were at our get together.
Yeah.
So when I got back home, because you told me the date for it, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to watch it like a couple of days before, make sure everything's in my head. And then that date came and went, and you never. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're not doing this. And then 2 days ago you asked me, and I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And
that
so
was
I
my
haven't
fault.
seen it since then.
I've been very busy, and that's on me. And Nikki, you've been going through treatments, and
yeah,
now you're just about done, right?
Yeah, I'm finished with everything. The last 2 Tuesday nights I've been overnight in the hospital. But yeah, now I'm all finished with the treatments. Had to count that though.
Yeah. So no, it's not your fault, but I'm glad we waited. I life gets busy and everything like that, so there's no rush to getting these streams in or anything like that. We'll get to them, and so I'm just glad you're okay, and I'm glad you're through that, and hopefully the worst of it, and onward and upward from here, hopefully. So hopefully you continue to recover and get better, and just get good news with the next, checkups and everything.
Yeah, I have a couple of checkups over the next few months, and then, I think they said 6 months I'm allowed to have the scan that shows whether or not everything worked the way it was supposed to. But I'm confident, so I feel good about it.
Well, good. I'm glad we all had a chance to either watch it or rewatch the movie. Johnny, I'm glad you got a chance to rewatch it. Johnny, what do you think of this movie? Are you a big fan or what? I know we've kind of discussed it before, and you said because you're a bigger fan of Heat, right?
Yeah, and like everybody else, this is nothing but a damn cheap ripoff of Michael Mann's classic. No, I mean, yeah, I really do like. I thought it was okay the first time I saw it. I'm like, that's nothing special, because I compared it to Heat like everybody else did. But then this second viewing, I began to appreciate it a lot more.
Did you watch the director's cut or no?
No, because I wanted to get the 4K of it, but I'm not paying all those prices. And you saw how much I dropped down in Pigeon Forge. So I said, to hell with it. I think I saw it on HBO Max, just the regular cut.
Okay.
But I have seen the alternate ending. So
yeah, the 4K doesn't even have the director's cut. It's just the just on Blu-ray, the director's cut. They did. I feel like a lot of companies do that. They don't like to put the director's cut on 4K. They only do one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Even Shout did that with Doomsday or whatever. So yeah, it's annoying when they do that. I feel like it's a money thing, maybe, or maybe a rights issue. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I've only owned the Blu-ray, because it has the extended cut. I never bought the 4K for that reason.
Yeah. Now the alternate ending
Mhm.
Talking about the one where he ends up getting shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just completely different ending.
Yeah, I'm not a fan
Yeah.
of that one.
Yeah, that it like ends the movie pretty abruptly, kind of. Yeah,
I'm okay with that ending too.
yeah, yeah. It was the guys who he beat up in the movie with
Yeah.
James, Jeremy Renner's character. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nikki, I know you're a fan. Did you edit your rating from 4.5 to 5?
I did not.
Good.
I told
I'm
Jeff,
gonna
I
go
said,
lower my rating.
I said, here's what's funny. I said, is I purposely did that just so I'd see if Bob would call me out on it. I said, and then I got the phone call.
It was no time. Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Joe, how about you? How'd you like it? You love this?
I've always loved this movie. I've always given it a 4.5 for the sole purpose of I actually, sorry Johnny, I actually like it more than Heat. But the reason I like it more is it's pretty much it's pretty much in my backyard. This is
True.
pretty much all based on 70s and 80s Charlestown, Mass, where it was like, the most robbers came out of that area, and that's pretty much 20 minutes from me.
I
So,
watched an interview yesterday or this morning, I don't know, sometime in between sleeping, of the guy that was based, Ben Affleck's character was based on.
yeah,
And he's, he was talking about how he did the interview with him to make sure that they got a lot of the points accurate. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
I saw that
So-
he went and visited prisons and he would talk to them, and he said that's where he got the idea of the scene where the cop just kind of looks away. He's like, we went and visited the prisons, and he goes, somebody actually told the story that's what happened to them. Like,
yeah,
and it's true. I feel like that's accurate, not only but accurate in the sense that, I think they say it in the movie, like he didn't want to be another guy up on a VFW wall or whatever.
yeah.
And I mean, look, you're loyal to your job and whatever, but 4 guys with heavy machine guns, I'm turning.
Now you're loyal to your soul at that point.
Yeah.
It's not my money. Like,
I was gonna say they're on YouTube. I think I watched it last year. There's like a 1.5 hour, almost 2 hour documentary about a lot of those robbers and everything from that time, and a lot of the places that was based on the town. So I watched that, I think, last year. That was pretty good. And it talked to a lot of the people that from the true life of it.
I'm gonna actually go and get the collector's edition I own of this. So Nikki, you could talk about.
Don't do
your
that.
thoughts on the
No,
movie.
nobody
Yes.
wants to see it. No.
Shut up, John.
Bob's trying to flex.
Yeah. Look what I got. Look, you guys don't have this. I'm
Bob's gonna pull
special.
out his
Yeah.
16 copies of it.
I got this
Right.
while I was looking for a case of pop.
Soda.
Look at that shit-eating grin.
So this was at Walmart a while back. I don't know if many people got
And
it.
it must have been in the clearance section.
No, it was like 10. It was like $15. It came with. They also had the Argo, and then they had the one with Jack Nicholson.
The Departed.
No,
Yeah,
not a movie like
Oh,
this.
Cuckoo's Nest.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's like twice the size of this,
Mhm.
and it was like $15. But yeah, so comes with a digi pack, basically. Right here. Here's your case that you're gonna get right there. Oh yeah, this is exciting. I told Becca I wanted to show her this, so I hope she's watching and she gets to see this. This is so cool, though. I love when they do this. I'm going full screen. I don't like to do this, but you get the confidential here, and then it's just like this. It's going to be Velcro, and it comes with insane amounts of stuff. Like, you're going to get this with the Vericom. It comes with a paper clip, and then it's going to show you, like, it's just super cool and detailed. It shows you, like, their criminal record, and it's just crazy amounts of detail, like performance evaluation. Mr. Eldon uses his time wisely, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's really cool how accurate it is and like deep into detail this is. And then you get a personal letter from Ben Affleck to me. Yeah, he basically talks in this letter about the extended cut, and it's closer to his heart, and it's the one that he really wanted to do. So, and then you get this. This is just photos of evidence, and it's a bunch of it. I mean, this is just super, super cool. I love when they go into this. This makes me enjoy physical media talking about this again. You're gonna get your mugshots of all of them, and then some tattoo stickers, and then a poster, like it folds out.
Nice.
Yeah, this is sick. Super. I mean, this is about. I mean, this tubular right here, man.
Bob
Tubular.
shorts
Who
are
the hell
getting
uses
crusty.
Tubular? I mean, I've never seen Bob this excited in the 3 years that I've known him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the smile he had the night I said we should link loyalty to this movie.
Yeah, it's just super cool. I mean, you gotta love when they do like crazy detail and stuff like that. It's just really cool. So I don't know. I appreciate it. And you get more in there too, though. You get here's like the digibook. This is the same one that you're gonna get if you buy the digibook itself, which I have as well because I have every copy of this movie. But yeah, you gotta have. It's good stuff. Like, you know, in all seriousness, for a second, all jokes aside, we talk a lot about physical media. We do these live streams, and I have not lost a passion for physical media, but I've just been so busy and going through changes in my own life and stuff like that. And then I didn't have a 4K player for a while. My TV was broken, so like I lost a lot of passion by not watching physical media, and just even going through stuff like this, in like even introducing Becca to my movies and everything makes me appreciate it again. And I told Becca, like, you know, her and I want to, you know, live together someday. And I'm like, okay, my movies are going to be boxed up in her house. And I said, it'll suck. And she's like, I'm so sad that, you know, you're going to have your movies boxed away and everything like that. And I appreciate that she cares. But I told her, I said, I just really look forward to the day that I get to unbox them again and put them up. And I said, I don't want to move again once I unbox them. That's it. So like, you know, and she's like, I understand, you know, because we all know taking this stuff down and having to put it back up and down again and put
Oh
it.
God.
I've done it, and
it's not fun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's fun to reorganize your collection, but it's not fun to box this stuff up, bubble wrap it, package it, move it.
I don't say to me the funnest part is especially for like somebody like you with Becca that's not a movie collector and probably has never watched as many movies as, you know, the typical collector. It's fun when you unbox stuff and you go, okay, we're gonna unbox this box, and you start showing each movie and go, you know, I like have you seen it? Have you not seen it? You know, and to see that person of what have they seen, what haven't they seen, and, you know, sometimes what they think about certain movies, so you can get kind of a reference of, you know, what they like or what kind of avenues you can bring them through. So things like that I've always enjoyed.
I agree. I think that's a large part of it, if not all of it. It's really doing that. It's, you know, I get excited even just going through the collection and just talking to Becca about it and being like, what have you seen? Like I have a list of movies that I want to introduce her to, and I just can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what I did with Marie. It's like, you know, she never really watched horror, so I was just like, okay, here's, you know, franchises. We're gonna start with franchises, then all the disturbing movies, and I just kept on throwing anything at her and saw what she liked and what she didn't like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or how much I can gross her out.
I started to get Becca into horror movies, and she's not big into horror, but now I'm starting to get her more and more into it. So,
Mhm.
all right, let me catch up with the chat. This guy named Johnny is in there with his new logo. I say new logo every time I see it. How old is that now?
That one's new. I mean, I just changed it. I just put glasses on that one.
I feel like the background's a little updated too. No.
Well, yeah. I didn't want to get hit with a copyright strike.
What's up, Bob, panel, and chat? You know what I noticed? StreamYard, like, when you click a chat, this is new, right, Johnny? When you click it, it no longer is like highlighted. It's gone. Like it's gray. It's not bold. So it basically lets you know that you already read that chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I actually like that. We got Tony in the chat, Tony P, saying, "What's up, Bob?" Panel in the chat. Caprice is here. Johnny already shaking his head, and this the stream just started.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah. Beck's here. Becca, what's up, Becca? Appreciate it. Hi, everyone. April. You know, it's funny. I was on the phone with Becca before we went live, and she's like, "I got to get the kids to bed if you want me to watch your stream." I was like, "Okay, all right. I'll let you go. Goodbye." Caprice, Melody of Horror, Johnny says. April's in the chat watching the Braves game. Hi, Becca. Marie, so proud of your journey, Nikki. And Johnny should be on all live streams. He's fun. Thank you, Johnny. Also, April. We have got, hey guys, glad I'm catch this live. Euphoric Horror is here. And they started jumping in a couple streams ago. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Was good in the hood. Coming to you live from Compton, Philippines. The Golden. Thank you so much, Bobster. Appreciate it, Prince. I'm looking forward to that Furious coming out soon, Prince. There's my crown. Thanks, my fellow Pirate Johnny. Caprice, my darling. Highs back and forth. Is this an unboxing stream? Shush it, Tony. You're going to give Johnny ammo, and I don't need that.
I mean, honestly, I got to say, I'm surprised you don't have them stacked up next to you and you had to show us each one. And
well, the Digibook, it's funny because that book that's in there, the Digibook is the same thing, just in a case, like a movie case. And then you get the 4K. There's two different steel books of it. Yeah, I would love. I've never owned a one click. I have a couple like one clicks, if you want to call it that, from Zavi. But if they did the tone, I would get that in a heartbeat. Did you just say tubular, Bob? Damn, I thought I was old.
I cannot believe you said tubular on a
Yeah,
live.
I chuckled inside as well when you said that.
Look, I mean, I still say tubular, radical. Yeah.
What are you, a fucking Ninja Turtle?
Look, I was from the 80s, man. That's the way it goes, you know?
Yeah, well, it's okay for me and the two others to say it, but you weren't alive in the 80s.
Yes, I was. I'm a product of the 80s.
Nope, not really.
Not really.
At my heart.
You had to be born in the 70s to be a product of the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Macabre, look for it. Sail for it. Julia Estelle's the final goal you never knew you fucking needed, Prince says. And I recommended that one to him. I'm glad he liked it. It's a great movie. Oh, I love to see when Bob is nerding out over his physical media.
You're the only one.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice to Becca. Bob, you're taking so long on Straight Outta Compton, so I finally watched it first. Yeah, I've never seen Straight Outta Compton.
God.
What?
This year, Wemby.
It's worth a watch, Bob.
Yeah.
Hey,
It is.
here you call
Even
yourself
Nikki
a
has
product
seen
of
it.
the 80s. You call
Yeah.
yourself a product of the 80s.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. So let's talk some town. Anything you guys wanted to cover or talk about? I will say this. I didn't know who Rebecca Hall was or John Hamm before I saw this movie, and I saw
Oh, John Hamm. What do you mean?
What?
He's in
I
so
didn't-
Mad
many
Men?
things.
I didn't know who
Yeah.
they were back in 2010, 2011, and I watched this and I was like, whoa, she's a great actress. She's really likable in this. She's really
Mhm.
good. And then I was like, damn. Look, I'm usually not like big into the, I'm definitely going to root for Ben Affleck. And as much as I was rooting for Ben Affleck in the movie, it's one of those where you root for the villain kind of. I
Mhm.
loved John Hamm in this movie, and he's
John
really
Hamm
good.
is great.
And he's
Yeah,
actually
he's really
like,
good
in
in
a
this.
way, he's likable by the way he plays that character, and he plays it almost. I'm no FBI agent, but he made it feel like he was a real agent, like an FBI agent, the way he
Yeah.
carried himself. I don't know. He was good in this movie.
He's pretty good in almost anything I've seen him in. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I've seen him in anything where I thought his character was bad.
Yeah. I was gonna say me and Marie have been watching Friends and Neighbors that he's on. That it's
Oh,
out
yeah.
now, and I think he's so good in that. He's like I said, he's been good in anything I've ever seen. I don't think he's ever made a bad movie.
Is Jeremy Renner going back to acting, or like is he going to be in the new Avengers, or is he done since the accident?
I
I
don't
thought he was
know.
done.
I mean, I know they lowballed him on
Oh,
some,
Avengers, right? Like
Yeah.
the shows, or it was the season 2 of the
yeah, like Hawkeye or something.
And
Yeah.
he's like, I think he put out like a tweet or something. He said, they must think I'm half the man because I got hurt or whatever. Like, I'm just because, like, I guess the offer was just crazy bad.
Yeah. I think because he got injured, they think that he's desperate for money, and they tried to lowball him on
Yeah.
it. But he said he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, I guess that was the Hawkeye season 2, which I don't even know if that came out yet or not. But
I don't think it has.
yeah, I don't think he's going to be in Avengers, or is he going to be a small part?
I haven't heard
I'd
anything.
say if he does, I mean, if he comes back, it'll be for that.
Gotcha.
I don't see him back with any of the other shit they're doing.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that comes out in December, I think the same day as Dune 3.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's Doomsday.
How many? And it's literally the funny thing is, Avengers is called Doomsday.
Mhm.
Avengers
Yeah.
Doomsday, and then the other movie's called Doom, so they're calling it Doomsday.
What?
They're calling it like the. You know how they did for Barbenheimer? That's what they called it, Barbenheimer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I see what you're saying.
Like for double feature for Dune 3, and Avengers, they're calling it Doomsday. Or Doomsday. I'm sorry, Doomsday.
Okay. I still need to watch Dune Part 2.
I need to watch. I've only seen the 80s version. I didn't care about watching the other
How
ones.
many of these damn movies they're gonna make? I can't stand Timothée Chalamet or whatever. I can't stand that guy. I don't watch any of the Dune movies. I like Rebecca Ferguson, but I haven't watched any of those movies.
I'm not the biggest sci-fi guy, so because of that, I kind of stay away from that stuff.
Yeah, that's my.
I mean, Dune's good. Dune's really good.
The first one from 2022,
Yeah.
3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever they are at. Yeah. How many Wickeds are they gonna make?
I like the Wickeds, but I think that was the last one.
Yeah.
I thought they were good.
I got questions about you, Joe.
Hey,
What's wrong with
Wicked-
Wicked?
Wicked was really good.
Wicked gay.
No, I thought it was. I like musicals. You know that. My
Oh,
favorite film of all time is a musical.
Yeah, I know.
I like musicals. I'm just not sure I like who they put in those movies.
I
so
can't-
I
yeah,
have not given them a try.
They did
So-
not. They look like they were the Cynthia Arrigo or whatever her name was, and then
Ariana Grande.
the Ariana Grande. They look like they were abducted by aliens. They're
Right.
like,
See through now.
what's that? They
See-through.
look see through. They do. They look. Yeah, I have no interest in Wicked. Zero interest. They look terrible to me. But I'm glad Johnny loves the movie. And
I haven't seen either one of them. I have the first one. I have the steelbook of the first one, but I still haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Tony.
I know Jeff and Bree and the kids all liked both of them, but yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I thought they
maybe
were.
not my-
Yeah, that to me they were 4-star movies. I
Ugh.
thought they were great.
Yeah, well, Becca watched them too, and not my cup of tea. I told her that.
Yeah, but you're not a musical guy.
I did not like All the Devil's Men all that much. It was all right, and Joe gave it 2 stars. So, yeah.
All the Devil's Men. Oof.
The funny thing is, when I don't go to the movie theater now, all I get a chance to watch is one movie a week, which is our movie spot.
Hmm.
I'm busy watching shows. All right. So, anything else you guys want to talk about with the town? I got the questions listed, but there's a couple scenes in particular I definitely want to talk about. But there's a couple things that I caught on to that I love about the movie, though. At the end of the movie, when she's on the phone with him and the FBI is in the room and they're right next to her, she's like, before she lets him go, she says, it'll be just like one of those sunny days. And she describes a sunny day as like, it's always a bad day. Like it reminds her of death, she said. Now, obviously Ben Affleck knew that his character knew that the cops were there. Before she even said that, he was not going to go there, right?
No.
No chance.
No.
That was like his way of, I guess, saying goodbye to her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the ending. I'll see you on this side or the other. I love I love that. I love that so much. So good. But yeah, I guess that was his way too when he left her the money and he left her the orange or whatever it was.
Tangerine.
The tangerine, and he said Tangerine, Florida. So maybe that was his way of saying like that's where I'm at, but also they're probably watching her the rest of her life.
Yeah,
Right.
that'll never
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. Because, yeah, unfortunately, they would probably watch when she leaves the state or anything like that.
The only thing I would have changed about that is when you know that, I guess you can assume that John Hamm knows that she let him go.
Yeah.
She gave him
It,
like
it might
enough
have took him a minute to
information.
connect it, but yeah.
Yeah.
He figured it
So
out.
he, as he was leaving, Ben, he leaves that note on John Hamm's car. It says "fuck you."
Go fuck yourself, yeah.
I would have left it as like I would have written like 12-year-old, because it's a callback from earlier in the movie. We said like 12-year-olds know what kind of car that is with an antenna, because he has a curly antenna.
Now,
That would have been a hell of a lot funnier.
do you think she could have gotten in trouble because she didn't know she was dating a fugitive?
No. The only thing she could have got in trouble for was at the end, if they figured out if they can prove or they knew that she tipped him off. That could have been an obstruction charge.
Yeah.
And aiding and abetting,
And I wonder if he knew too. I don't think, once again, John Hamm's character was really smart in that movie. For the most
he
part.
knew.
I think he knew that she tipped him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when he says like we are a federal company, he says to her just one of those sunny days. He says so like he knew that was a tip, like somehow a tip off.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm sure he would. Like it'd be tough to not get caught when you are that big of a criminal. But even in Tangerine, Florida, I'm saying I don't know.
I mean,
it comes down to you.
Be stupid to stay in one place after that.
Yeah, you would have to duck around and
can't use your name or anything.
No, you'd have to get a new identity and everything,
new credit cards, new.
And I don't know unless somebody wants to Mr. Google it. I know with like murder, there's no statute of limitations, but with bank robbery, there has to be some type of statute of limitations that after a certain amount of time, they have to kind of give up on the case because of.
Maybe not, because that's FDIC, so that's federal. So
true.
That there might not be a statute of limitations on that.
Yeah, I mean, he says like we're a federal company, we're located around the world or whatever to her, so we will find what it says. But
10 years.
10 years
in Massachusetts. It's 10 years.
Okay. Prince says, haha, Bob finally watched Tangled. Yeah, I watched Tangled with the family.
Did you like it?
Honestly,
it's a good film.
It wasn't bad. I'm not big into animation, so I'm not the right demographic for it. I'll say that to start with. But what I really liked about watching Tangled was I loved watching how happy it made Becca. She loved watching it. She enjoyed it. And so like sometimes I'm sure she gets the same enjoyment like watching me nerd out, collecting physical media or like watching Scream or something like that. Like, so it was fun to watch with her and the kids because they were really into it versus something that I'm really into, So like it's funny because I'll catch Becca when I'm watching a movie. Sometimes she'll just stare at me and look at me, and I'm like, I'll take her face and I'll go like this. And I'm like, watch the movie, and she'll say to me, she's like, I just staring at you sometimes. I get lost in looking at you. But I can see that because when we were watching Tangled, sometimes I would just like watch her watching the movie. So, but yeah. Where's Anthony and Allie? No Anthony and Allie tonight yet, unless they're just hanging out, not in the chat yet. But
Or
Well, I
working
mean,
late.
did you promote the stream? I mean, that's the thing.
yeah, well,
He
no,
didn't.
I did message them, and because I invited Anthony, and Anthony and Allie, they're great. They were asking like, hey, when are you going to do the stream? We're waiting on the town. So actually, Anthony sent me a hilarious voice message and was like,
He
Bob,
hates it too, huh?
he's like, Bob, when are you doing the town? He's like, the town needs you or something. It was hilarious. I was cracking up listening to this thing because I've been taking a break from social media again, and I've been so busy. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I genuinely I love this movie. I just think it's perfect. I love the attention to detail, like the way they're scrubbing their nails
Oh yeah.
in the hair, and just like
Mhm.
so they can't leave a trace of evidence behind. I just think it's genius, and obviously the ending, the shootout scene. We talk about loyalty. One of the things, there's so many scenes, but one of the scenes that about loyalty that goes underrated is the bald guy, the big heavier set guy, was like, I can take a pinch, and he gets shot up in the truck, and he don't take a pinch, he dies. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he gets shot up, but that was a case to me of loyalty right there, of him saying, I can take a pinch, I can take a pinch. And he probably had to have an idea that he was going to get lit up like a Christmas tree out there.
I mean, it was definitely a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I don't know. I love this one on with a good sound bar, Johnny. I know you appreciate a good, nice sound system. This one sounds
Yeah.
sound bar and all that stuff. So in the extended cut, he relapses with meth. In it, so
Okay.
Johnny, you don't see that one, and he talked about so he ends up relapsing. He relapses basically around the time he gets into a fight with Jeremy Renner's character, and the time she finds out that he's, robbing banks and stuff like that. And so he just kind of like is falling apart and he's spiraling. So that's when he goes and he relapses. So that was in the extended cut. There's a lot of other stuff that's in the extended cut too, but yeah. And then obviously the best scene is to describe loyalty is when he says, "We're gonna go hurt some people. I can't tell you who or why. Are you?" And
Can't
he's
ask
like,
me about it later.
"Yep. Whose car
Are
are
we taking?
We all have a ride or die. I hope, right?"
Right.
So, yeah. Why can I see Nikki being like that? Whose car are we taking? No questions asked.
Sometimes you just got to roll with your friends and make sure they're safe. And
Yeah.
So yeah,
I got probably 2 or 3 people I'd do that for besides my kids, and my kids are just a given. I would just do it for them.
I was
Period.
gonna say I could see Jeff being for sure. You're talking your husband. Is he one of those people, or is he not? Yeah. I mean, is he one of the 2 or 3 people, or is he part of the family? Oh, he's
no. He's one of the 2 or 3.
Okay, I wasn't
He's definitely my ride or die.
Yeah, no, I knew he would be in that group. I just didn't know if he was part of the family or kids, So, and you had 2 others. I better be one of those. She's like, I won't tell you. Shut up, Johnny. Don't.
We'll have to see how this turns out. No.
Did you guys want to talk about anything else on the town, or did you want me to dive into some of the questions?
I got a question. Is that baby Renner's sister? Is that baby Ben Affleck's kid? his
Is it
character's
Dougie's kid?
Dougie. Yeah, Dougie.
I mean, that's the only thing I think was left to question. Was
Yeah,
whether or
because
not
they
that
never
was his
said
kid.
in the movie.
I don't think it is.
I mean, she definitely seemed, I don't know, it's fucking Blake Lively, so there's that, but she seemed like she was, loose and fast, so who knows?
Yeah, she was getting ready to put the moves on John Hamm.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
like,
Plus some quadas.
that's when they're fighting. He's like, it's never gonna be me, you, and Shine. Get that through your fucking head.
Worst Boston accent I've ever heard.
Shut up, Joe. Let's hear yours then. You're from Boston. I thought that was pretty decent.
Not really. But
And you're talking about loyalty, and Dougie and Jim, they have this loyalty to each other. They're like brothers almost.
Mhm.
But yet Jim has this almost blind fucking loyalty to Fergie. Do you think at some point that, Doug told Jim about, hey, look, Fergie was the one who strung my mother out. Fergie was the one who castrated my father. If you're so much of a brother to me, why won't you help me, tell him to go fuck himself in front of his mother or whatever and kill him? Why are you, following him so blindly? But yet I've been with you through thick and thin. Why are you picking his side over mine? And to me, it just seems like, Jim's like, he's, fuck it, I don't care. I want this life. He doesn't want to let his friend go unless at the very end, when Jim kind of sacrifices himself so Dougie could get away. Yep, I made you all shut up. Made you think, huh? You don't like that, do you?
Mhm.
It was still the epitome of loyalty, though.
Yeah.
He definitely covered his ass. So, yeah.
There's a lot of, I don't want to say callbacks, but like when he's talking about, you didn't ask me to do it. He came out, he was going to put, when he was talking about the guy who was coming to kill Doug, and he's like, so I'd put him down, and then obviously talking about Doug's mom too. And it was Fergie who killed Doug's mom.
Yep.
He got all doped up on drugs.
Yep.
Yeah, strung her out. And you were walking around with the doped out mom, hung herself.
Mm.
Yeah. I thought that guy who plays Fergie is a good actor too, though. He played. He was really good. He died quickly after the movie, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he was dying as they were making it.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I love when he clips Fergie's nuts, though.
Ruthless.
Yeah. And that was according to him when she asked him, how am I supposed to believe you? And he said, because you'll hate the answers. And she asked him, have you ever killed anyone? And he said no. So according to his word, that was his first time ever killing somebody, was the big fat guy with the shotgun in Fergie's, flower shop.
Mhm.
He didn't shoot him when they shot up Fenway. He didn't kill anybody. It wasn't.
He was just shooting out the window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember him gunning anybody down. It was, Jim and Dev.
Yeah, so according to his word, that would be the first person. Yeah. I mean, even at the bank, he didn't fire a shot or anything like that. It was, who got out of control? It had to be Jim's character with the armored truck, right? It was Jim who. No, I'm sorry. The scene where the armored truck, where somebody is being held, like one of the armored truck guys is holding a gun to him. I think he's holding a gun to Jim. He's got Jim kind of held hostage right there, and then somebody shoots him. I wonder who it is because they're all wearing masks in that scene. You know what I'm talking about? One of the armored truck guys grabs.
It's like the last job before the Fenway job.
Yeah, I think they grab Jim. I think one of the guys grabs Jim and is like, put the gun down, and then they shoot the guy. I don't know who it was though. but you don't know because of the masks. I was just kind of curious who got themselves caught right there, but I don't know. Because feel like afterwards, Jim went over and was like, "Yeah, trying to be smart or whatever," and like I don't know, but yeah, he was nominated for a best supporting actor.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Jeremy Renner, yeah, he didn't win, but he was nominated. So the only nomination that came from this movie, which should have had all the nominations and not Argo.
I don't know. I liked Argo, but this is a better story.
I don't think it was the same year.
No, it wasn't. I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like
Just in comparison
between
to
these two
his-
that year.
He should have gotten.
Mhm.
I think part of it is in the Academy does this. I feel like sometimes they're like, we should have done it for his previous movie. He's owed this. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, people said he like that. What was it? Revenant wasn't even his best movie, like his best acting, but he was owed one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anything else? I got questions. So, and the chat is dead. Nobody's talking. It's bad. It's depressing in here.
I think I said what I needed to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, about whether or not, Jim sacrificed himself so Dougie could finally get away. But, it doesn't play that way throughout the course of the movie. You don't see a redemptive side to, or a sensitive side to Jim. Like, you know what? I want Dougie to go be happy. So I'm going to, are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, April almost fell on the floor. So. That was a comic moment.
She's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there's the one scene where he says, I'm not going back. I'm holding court on the streets.
Mhm.
I'm just going to shoot out on the streets. And you think that was him giving Doug the opportunity to get away?
Because, I mean, Doug said, I'm done. And maybe Jim realized, okay, he's already been shot, so he knows he can't get away. He's done.
Right.
So try to draw all the fire towards him and let Dougie make his escape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did he put the money? Because he didn't have a bag with him. Doug, when he got in the cop car, he was just in the cop suit, and that was it.
Yeah.
I thought he did have a bag.
He didn't.
He had a bag.
Not when he got in the cop car, no. He was just watching without any bags. He was watching Doug get shot up. Or I'm sorry, Jim get shot up. He wasn't holding any bags in that scene. Not in that scene. He had a bag in Fenway when they were leaving. He didn't have a bag when he was getting in the. So I wonder if he stored it somewhere else and he didn't want to carry it with.
He probably snatched it somewhere just so it didn't look too obvious for him.
Yeah.
Somebody in a cop uniform walking down the road with a bag because it would have red flagged.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how they noticed Jim.
And the thing about Jim, I know it's just a movie, but man, he's just spraying. And if he had killed him, he might have been able to get away.
Mm-hmm.
In that scene, he turns around and John Hamm's character just dives to the car. If he had shot him, obviously there's, the loud noise on the street, but there was no other cops in sight and down that alleyway at the time. Like if he had killed John Hamm's character,
he could have got away.
Yeah. Obviously it's a movie though, but yeah. So I like when he says that though. That I'm gonna hold court on the street. Tony says it is sad and depressing in here.
Hi, Tony.
No, what's sad is depressing is Bob pulling out his Arrow Video type The Town release and getting all giddy and shit. No, don't. Yep, you got to let your fingers hit it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's like an influencer. I hate those people. I hate him.
Do it. Kiss my ass.
I hate him. Whoever does this. Gosh, worst.
Bob will never grow his nails out enough to get that right sound, though, Johnny. So there you go.
He does it correctly too, but yeah, that's not so bad. I'm talking about the people who are like influencers, are like in their doing their like showing, and they're just like I hate those people. I can't stand them. I hate them. I hate them, Joe. I hate them. All
I
right.
bet you do.
All right. All right. Let's get into some questions, unless Nikki's got some more stuff she wants to say about the town.
No, that's not. I think we've said it all.
Mm.
As far as all that goes.
Cool
I
kid
mean,
Johnny. I
we'll leave
wish
some of it for the questions.
I
Hey,
wish that
Jim.
I could be like the cool kid Jim says.
Chef. It's been a long time since I've seen Chef.
Chef Jim Powers. Okay. Joe, what does loyalty look like to you?
What does it look like to me? Pretty much similar to, like you said, somebody that's going to be with you through thick and thin, no matter what, and that's not going to let you down.
Right or die.
It's pretty much like a ride or die. It's somebody that you could depend on, no matter how rough it gets. That they're gonna stick by you and fight through it. You know what I mean? And doing the same for that person and for other people. That's what it means the most to me.
Yeah.
I think I have a similar answer to that. Yeah. It's just ride or die. It's somebody that you can trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody you can trust.
When the chips are down, your back's against the wall.
They got your back.
You know,
yeah.
you got that one person beside you, male or female, whatever it may be, and they're like, you're not going to go through this alone. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you make a sacrifice for that person, they're going to make the sacrifice for you as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Because there's nothing worse than you being the ride or die for somebody, but then when it comes down to you need that, they're not around, and
Loyalty
then you realize who's really loyal to you at that point.
Loyalty is, to me, is when I call Johnny up and I say, I need help, and he's like, I know a place to hide the body. Let's go. That's what loyalty looks like to me. It's Johnny helping me hide the body, or Becca helping me hide the body and not asking any questions.
No, I'll be bitching the entire time we're doing it.
My back.
But he'll never tell your secrets.
Nope. Were you with Bob? Nope. Who's Bob?
Nikki, how about you?
I mean, yeah, when you know you can make a sacrifice for somebody, and when the time comes, they'll turn face and do the same for you. That to me is what loyalty means, or and not just to make the sacrifices for other people, but be loyal to yourself, and then people want to be loyal to you. So there's that.
Next question, we're going to talk about some of the characters. How can you relate to Doug's character? I want to take this one first here. The way that I can relate, for me, Doug's character is the way he tries to change his life. He's like, I'm getting out. Like, he wants to start new. He's got issues with addiction. I've had that. And so as far as like the addiction goes and him trying to start over and just kind of getting wrapped up into your old life, just being tied back down and trying to start over, and things from your past are keeping you from starting over. That's how I can relate, because I feel that in a lot of ways of trying to get a fresh start, trying to make changes. Like he says, I'm making changes, I think, in the movie. And I feel that of like trying to make those changes and always just kind of getting pulled back of like something from your past is keeping you from doing that. Like whether it's just mistakes you made in your past following you or haunting you. But yeah, I feel like that's how I can relate to Doug in that way I've made a lot of mistakes in my life too, and sometimes you're paying for it. And even when you're trying to start over and start your life over, and we've seen it in so many movies where guys change their life, but their past catches up to them. You get shot, killed, whatever. And so for me, it's not
Karma
like,
comes.
yeah, it's not like I wrong people or something, but I've made a lot of mistakes that I'm paying for, and I'm trying to make those changes, but I'm paying for it. And I've been busy lately, and I've been working because I've made a lot of poor financial decisions in my life, and I'm trying to kind of right some of those wrongs and get on track. And it's hard because you're playing from behind, and not just that stuff, but so that's how I can relate to Doug's character. I'll talk about it more later about something that happened this week, but yeah.
I can almost piggyback on that just for when we left Ohio and we moved to North Carolina. We literally put what we could stuff in a little tiny U-Haul truck and just left. Like, we didn't have a plan. We didn't really have a place to go. We slept on my friend's floor for 2 weeks until we got our house. And so what I was rooting for him was that he was going to be able just to walk away from it all and to go build himself a different life. We didn't get to see that, but that's where I felt like I could relate to him. Sometimes you just got to cut bait and run, because that's the way your life is. So
I could relate a little bit to Doug in this regard, where it's more like I saw it as fear, like he was afraid to go do something new out of fear of, he's turning his back on his friends. That's why he didn't do it any sooner than he really did. And there have been tons of things that I've done in my life that I've been like too scared to do because I'd be afraid that I would let someone else down if I were just to branch out and do something else. And I don't know. I feel like, if I were to go and do something like this and like it doesn't work out, like I would just feel like I let someone down. So, I don't know, either that or I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't know.
No, I hear you. I did. You do notice that it does feel like if there might be a fear of moving on, but also like a comfort level of I've been here my entire life.
Yeah, it's
This is what I know. This is
here.
everything. Yeah, it's safe. And these are, like you said, that's like earlier you said, like they're like brothers, and he's not going to come with him, and he's going to keep robbing banks or whatever, probably. That's his life. Jeremy Renner's character, but. So yeah, I hear you. No, I don't think you're talking out of your ass at all.
A little bit.
We all do. Okay. How about you, Joe?
I was going to say it's pretty much a piggyback of a little bit of everybody. I can relate to Doug's character in a way of same thing. Sometimes you wait for that breaking point of when enough's enough, and you have to, I feel like he saw the writing on the wall, that all of his friends are going to be that way. They're never really going to change. And because he's a ride or die for all of his friends, he's never going to say no to them and change it. So I feel like, a lot of times, he just wanted to cut the cord and change his life and, do better with his life. So I feel like, that's why he wanted to get out. And a lot of times I can relate to that just because of my past throughout pretty much my whole entire life of constantly, changing gears and starting anew. As I said in the last one, like pretty much like a phoenix coming out of the ashes. That sometimes you gotta cut everything that and start over. They say it with alcoholics and even drug addicts. The first thing you got to do is get rid of all your friends that do that stuff, because you're never going to change and get away from that habit, or even a gambler, because you're always going to have that temptation around you. And no matter what he did, staying in Charlestown with all those people, he's never going to change. He had to cut that cord, no matter how hard it was for him to do it, or he's going to end up dead like the rest of them. So sometimes you have to give up everything you know, and no matter how scared or scary or the your success rate, if it's going to work out or not, sometimes you have to take that gamble, because you never know what you have inside of you to do it. I've said it in many streams. Anybody could do anything if you put your mind to it, and it just comes to a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of falling on your face and not worrying about what other people say around you. So sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And the people that don't understand are the people that are not loyal to you.
I honestly couldn't agree more, because Joe is absolutely right about, not only will you sometimes you just lose friends when you're trying to change your life, like getting sober. You know what I mean? I remember talking to my dad about, like, when he became a Christian, for example. He was like, I lost a lot of friends because I didn't go to the strip club anymore. I wasn't cool. I didn't want to do the things that they do, stop doing coke, all that stuff. It's like alcohol, gambling, anything, all that stuff. It's like, yeah, you lose friends sometimes, the ones who don't have an interest in stopping. And you can't, and sometimes those are your best friends, but like Joe's saying, that is sacrifice. Like, to get sober, to change your life, it requires sacrifice sometimes, because sometimes you just can't keep the same people around. Like, it's hard. Look, I've already done it. I've done it with people that I was super close with, people in this, that I used to be best friends with in this community. But sometimes you got to realize, like, we're not growing, I'm not growing. And sometimes you got to cut bait, and that's not to say you don't root for the other person, but sometimes it's like, hey, if there's not change being made, maybe there's an issue here or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, like I've said in the past on other streams, I've literally cut my entire family out of my life, from aunts, uncles, half sisters, half brothers, anybody that I had left that wasn't dead. I haven't talked to any of them in over 20 years, just because it wasn't good for my own mental health, and it wasn't good for me, regardless if they were family or not. I couldn't be around it. So I just had to, check please, look for the waiter, and head out. And it's, it was hard because they're family and all that, but I have to look out for myself, like, regardless if it's family or not. I have to worry about number one, and everything else, you have, no matter how hard it is for you to do it, sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
And sometimes if you stay where you're at, you're stalemated, so you have to do it regardless. And
yeah.
And it doesn't matter if anybody else understands. You just have to do what you have to do, because it's your soul you're saving.
Yeah.
Johnny. Johnny won't complain the whole time, but he would help hide a body, no questions asked.
Yeah, I would.
That's awesome. See, that's, damn right, April. Hey, everyone. Allie says, hey, everyone. Yeah, Johnny says, hey, Allie. Yo, everyone, look at this beautiful piano, Anthony says.
See, Anthony and Allie both show up after I fucking bash this movie.
Yeah.
Anthony would come kick your ass. He's in bad shape. Next question. I'll start with Joe. Joe, how can you relate to Jim's character? When he said Jim? He's a gem? Gem?
He's a gem. He's a gem.
Yeah.
J-E-M.
I think out of everybody in the movie, I relate to him the most, just because again, it's like I said in other streams. I used to, in my teens and 20s, I lived like there wasn't a tomorrow. I didn't look at future. I didn't look at life or what was going to go on the next day. So I did. Trust me, I've done a lot of fucked up shit in my life, and I've done a lot of bad stuff in my life that, you know, sometimes it was for, sometimes it was for ride or die people in my life in my 20s that I've done some bad choices to help people out, but you know, he's the one I can relate to the most because I was that type of person. I'll give you one example of something that I did really dumb, and luckily I didn't get in trouble for it. But a friend of mine we were going to a show in downtown Boston, literally right behind Fenway Park, where the Green Monster is, on Lansdowne Street, and we were going to see a band. And a friend of mine started arguing with some huge jacked up guy, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be bad. I'm gonna get my ass kicked. But he's one of my good friends, and if I'm gonna get my ass kicked, I'm gonna get my ass kicked right. And I pushed my friend out of the way, and I just started wailing on this guy. This guy cleaned my clock out. And come to find out, he was an off-duty Massachusetts state trooper. But I started fighting him. I didn't care. I didn't get arrested. Nothing happened to me because, like I said, he was off duty. But that guy cleaned my clock just because, like I said, I'm
That's why
not.
nothing else happened. He figured he won. He didn't need to press
Yeah.
charges too.
Yeah. He rocked I was like 20 years old, 21. But it's just like, sometimes I remember getting kicked out of a Limp Bizkit show for the same reason. Getting into fights, helping out a friend that couldn't fight. And me, I've always been that type of person that I've always been really loyal to friends and hope that they do the same. But like I said, he's the one I relate to the most because he's the one that I've always been that type of person that I'll drop anything to help somebody out. I just had a friend of mine that I work with that I don't even know that well that left everything in Massachusetts and just moved to Texas. And even though I had plans with Marie and my son and everything, he needed help to move and all that stuff. I'm like, Marie, I know we have plans. I know we're doing this, blah, 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 but I want to help a friend out. I'm going to help him move or put stuff in storage until, he can get his house sold and everything. And even though that's something small, it's, I've broken plans and everything to help somebody out because they needed me. That's just the type of person I am, And I just hope, sometimes you scratch my back, I scratch yours if I ever need you. Me, I'm different. I don't like to ask for help from anybody. So I'm not going to ask anybody to scratch my back. But, that's the type of person I've always been.
Yeah. Joe, when I scratch my balls, will you scratch?
You and your fucking balls, Bob.
Always.
You know what? I can, in ways with that, I, no doubt, because of my temper anyways, I would have a friend's back in a fight. I don't like to fight, but I would. And with me, my biggest issue, a lot like James Coughlin there, is that I see red. I am 0 to 100 with my temper and anger. I'm not an angry person. You know how some people, when you hear anger management, people say you have anger problems. That person's always angry. I am not always angry. I'm not an angry person. What happens is that, and ever since I was younger, I have a temper and I go 0 to 100 and I can lose complete control and just lose it. And so a lot like Jem's character, where even in that one scene in the apartment, he ends up shooting the guy and beating the hell out of him, takes his mask off. And not only that, but there's been, with the bank too, he starts hitting the big guy in the back of the head. Like, I am a lot, not in that sense, but I am a lot of, like him in the sense that I lose control and I see red sometimes and I get angry and I have a hard time staying in control when I get that upset or somebody sets me off like that. And I know it's probably
I'm the same way. That's
Yeah.
why when I was younger, I had a really bad temper. That's the one trait that I got from my dad. But I've learned to control it, you know, over the years because I always looked at it as it's going to get me in trouble or get me killed.
Mm-hmm.
But I can still, on the flip of a switch, if something ever like happened to my kid or happened to Marie or anything like that, I'll be the first one running towards that person, and I wouldn't stop till the guy was dead because
Mm-hmm.
that's just how I am. Because I'm the type of person that if that happened, I wouldn't be able to stop unless somebody pulled me off of him.
Right.
Especially how the closer I am with that person, the harder it would be for me to stop.
I get it. You just sometimes you see red like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You lose control and you get so angry. And I've had conversations with Becca about it already, anger and everything like that, because my mom and sister will oftentimes talk about my anger management, and it's like, so, I think Becca had said like it's scary, and when she said that, I was nervous that she had meant my anger scares her that I would do something to her, and I was talking to her about it. She's like, "No, I'm never scared you're going to do something to me, but seeing you like that or knowing that you can turn into that is scary." That's what she said. Like, obviously, I would never do anything to hurt her or the kids. If anything, I would protect them. And when I get angry like that, like Joe's saying, it would be over somebody saying something to her or touching her, and I would lose all control. Johnny, you're no different. You probably would too with April. Same thing.
No, I wouldn't have to. April would just beat the shit out of the person. But look, I see, I can relate to Jim's character with this. If I let you in, um, it's going to come an act of God to get me not to go along with anything you say. Like like he says, we're going to go hurt some people. Whose car are we taking? I am exactly like that. If I let you in, and through it would literally take an act of God to get me to go against you. I'm like that now. If like Bob, you say, John, I need you to do this. I'm always here, no matter what I'm doing. So I'll be here. But there will be a point, like if something does happen and I will react. I've told April this. I mean, like she thinks she has seen me mad. She's never seen me upset. That's one side of me that I will not allow her to see because, like you, Bob, I will see red, and I will rearrange a person's face like a fucking Rubik's cube if I'm pushed to that point. That's basically what Jim is like the muscle, I guess I'm assuming of their little group, and yeah, I mean that's like my emotions and everything. Like if something were to happen to April, I don't know like how I would be able to stop myself if something were to happen to her, or if let's just say Bob and I were out somewhere and someone starts shit with him. I'm like, no. You're going to go through the fat kid first. And like I understand it from that point of view. I mean that's how I can relate to Jim the most.
Yeah, I mean, there's a perfect example of it in the movie when he kills the guy.
Unquestioned loyalty, but once that loyalty is questioned from the other person, then like, wait a minute, I will do all this shit for you, but you won't do this for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great point. Yeah. How about you, Nikki?
I mean, yeah, when I was younger, I was kind of a scrapper in like middle school and high school. But once I got pregnant with my kids, I didn't really want to be involved in any of that anymore. But now, as far as like how what I relate to for him is as I've gotten older, I have a certain place I see somebody in my life, and when like when he told him, "No, I won't be with your sister, and this ain't never gonna happen," that's where I get like I understand, in his mind, he was setting up his family and he was setting up where he wanted everybody to be, and he just saw them being together for life. Like this was his crew. So I kind of get that. I'm a little bit like that. We've had some people come and go in our lives that when they were in my life, I saw them there forever. And little things happen or what have you, and people move on or, whatever. So I understood the heartbreak on his face when Ben Affleck told him, "No, I won't be here for that." So that's where I relate to him at, because it broke his heart. I mean, he saw what he saw as his secure place, and it was all those people together.
Yeah.
No, I mean, is there?
I catch up with the chat here. If I can catch up.
Anthony's giving us quotes like, "Remember who clipped your nuts for you?"
Yeah. I love Doug's calm and collective demeanor even when shit is hitting the fan. Yep. Good night. Hope you all have a great week, Tony says. Thanks for being
Good night,
here, Tony.
Tony.
You too, Tony.
Say that I was a real gem. See, I honestly thought he was just playing around in that scene when he said gem or gem. People, teachers used to say I was a real gem. Have a good one, Uncle Tony. What's up, April? What's up, Tony? I gotta die 5 times before I get out of here, but I'll see you again this side or the other. I love that quote from Stephen McCrae.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so good. I was talking about like the scene at the end of the movie when he says, "I'll see you again this side or the other." But yeah, I gotta die 5 times before I get out of here. Yeah, and then
I think deep down, he's not going to see her on this side.
Right.
Remember who clipped your nuts for you. Evening, everyone. I do have a temper. April says. You movie hunter, Anthony, Alex, Johnny. All right.
Yeah, she does. She's about as threatening as a box full of kittens. I've said that before. Look at, she's staring at me now.
I know. I actually disagree with you. April can be pretty intimidating. I don't mess with April.
Stop looking at me like that.
See the fear in Johnny's eyes.
April's one of those. She reminds me a bit of Nikki. See,
A little spicy.
Becca is about as nice as a box of kittens.
You ain't that fucking tough.
Nikki and
You're
April
gonna have to go now, everyone.
They're gonna pick a fight. They're gonna get in a fight.
That's not picking a fight, Bob. That's just not letting you live in your delusions.
Yep.
But yeah, Becca, nice as a box of kittens for sure. All right. How do you normally show someone that you care about and support them? I guess this would tie into the next question for me, but I mean, at the end of the day, going out of my way for that person to do what I can. I hope to God that I show that to Becca all the time. I feel like there's always more that I can do. But just finding ways to not only be there for them, but to help them. I think sometimes, not just with Becca and I, but other people struggle with this too. You're always looking for a solution. Sometimes Becca doesn't need solutions, but I'm the type to look for them. I'm like, I want to help. And sometimes you just need to be there and listen. And I'm learning that. Like, you don't always need to have a solution. The person's not asking for a solution. They're just asking you to be there and listen or hold them.
Okay.
And I definitely struggle with that at times because I'm the type that is like, see, for me, I want interaction. I don't want silence. So Becca and I are learning because she wants just for you to listen. Sometimes even just sit in silence on the phone. And that's awkward to me. It's weird. It's not who I am. But I'm learning that how do I show that I care about them is learning what that person needs. And it's not about becoming a different person, because it's not. It's about being what that person needs while still being yourself. And being there to hold somebody or being there to listen in silence is not changing who you are. It's adapting and learning that you have to make sacrifices and change to not only keep somebody else happy, but be there for them in the way that they need you to be. Because when roles are reversed, you're going to want that person to be there for you in the way that you need them to be. And you have to be able to do
People
that.
call it compromise, and I don't call it that. I call it sharing yourself with someone else. And sometimes, yeah, that means just that be quiet and sacrifice the moment, just
Yeah.
to let them be.
Yeah. So I'm learning. I'm a work in progress for sure. And I would still make mistakes, but every day I am learning more about Becca and what she needs. And Nikki, you've helped me understand that as well in the past. If you remember, there was the one time I was like, she's crying. You talked about like how me and Jeff can be so similar in this way. And like she might be in distress or crying, but if I'm upset, I'm like, I don't want to hold her. I'm mad. And you're just like, if she needs to be held, hold her, Bob. Damn it.
Yep.
Like,
It's not that hard. Just close your mouth and open your
gotta
arms.
hold her. You're like, too bad. And I'm like, well, I'm mad. I don't want to. So I think I'm
Mad was your sacrifice in the moment.
Yeah, I think I'm understanding that. But even on the phone, sometimes like she'll even tell me, I think she says this because she knows I'm guilty of it. She's like, I don't need a solution. I just need to talk. So, because she knows I'm the type to be like, okay, let me Mr. Fix It. Like, no, that's not what she's looking for. So Bob, shut up.
Can confirm that's appropriate. That's accurate.
Yeah.
Sometimes when April will come home and she's talking about it like how bad her day was, and I'm like, okay, well, have you tried? And then I just get a look, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
she's not looking for me to solve her problem.
Yeah.
She's just letting it go. Chances are she already knows how to get herself out, but she's not looking for my input. I'm just there. I'm there to support her.
And I think that's the support word there. How do you care and support? And Becca's talked about this. I'm not in a position financially to help much and be there for her financially. And she's like, I'm not asking for that. Like, you support me just by being there for me. Like, I don't need financial support. I need you to be there. Like, you being around my kids, you helping me with that dinner table, that support. And I think sometimes I get so stuck that men need to provide, men need to be the provider, men need to, breadwinner this, and you got to provide, you know what I mean? Like, and yes, I believe that to an extent. You have to work hard, but Becca will remind me, you work hard. Like, I appreciate that and I respect that. And you're there and you support me. I think, and she'll tell me I'm just really hard on myself. So, I think I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm trying. I'm not just okay sitting where I'm at and not growing. I'm trying to make changes and learn and understand and be a better man.
Well, and at this point, you're just learning to be present.
Yeah,
that's not been a safe place for you before with other relationships. So,
true.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be fun for you, Bob. Yeah, go and get your laugh now. It's going to be fun.
What's going to be fun? What are you talking about?
You're starting down. It's like a new life.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is. I mean, Becca will talk about how she's come into my life and, having 3 kids. And she's like, I've added stress and even money to, more bills or something. And I'm like, I'll tell her, I'll remind her. I'm like, I was struggling financially before I met you, so that has nothing to do with you. And I was
Yeah.
like, as far as stress goes, I was thinking about like I didn't want to be here anymore for a while. I tell her, like, I think I've told her, I hope I have. Being with her has given me a reason to want to be here finally and find joy, passion, and she pushes me to be not only better but to keep going and not give up. And I appreciate that and I respect that. And without her in my life, so I mean, what do? I just work and come home. But being with her, it's given me a purpose now, a reason.
Yes.
And that's
So
just a start.
But I agree. It
Yeah,
is.
it's just the beginning.
It's a different world, but you know, and it is. It's getting me out of my comfort zone. But there's nothing wrong with getting out of your comfort zone.
No.
No, and this is going to be like it. Some people may say that, oh, I'm kind of scared of I'm getting out of my comfort zone. But it's going to feel so great and so exciting. It's like that line from the last night the Smithsonian movies. What are you doing tomorrow? I have no idea. How exciting. You
Yeah.
have no idea what's in store for you down the road, but it's exciting because you
Yeah.
don't know what lays ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So true. I feel like I've heard that quote in another movie very similar to that. Like, what something like that, and then they're like, I don't know what my life. And then the person's like, it might be Cha-Cha Real Smooth actually, when she's like, Dakota Johnson's talking to him, and he's like, she's telling him how he's in his 20s and he has his whole life. She says, how exciting, she says to him. So that's where I got that from. I know it's not the same thing, but like she talks about just you have your whole life ahead of you. You don't know what it's going to be like, but how exciting.
Yeah.
You wanted somebody on the how do you normally show someone that you care about them? How about you, Nikki? Or I know Johnny kind of piggybacked on it, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've spent. We're gonna have our 30th wedding anniversary next month, and I've spent 30 years reminding my family every single day how much they mean to me. So, I mean, I just dig in. I try to be a part of every piece of everything I can be. So, I just let them know that, I'm here if they need me, and let me into anything you got going on because I want to know and I want to be a part of it, and I want to, and literally, like even Jeff said in one of his last, maybe it was his last Criterion talk with you guys, Johnny. I think he said something about, my mom has always supported me.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I mean, I just want him to have, I just want him to have happiness every day of some sort, even if it's just a little tiny piece. So I support anything that gives him that. So sometimes this world is really hard to find that moment of happiness per day. So I don't know. I just dig in. I just put my feet in the dirt and I stayed no matter how hard, like I've got one kid in Florida, I got a couple in Ohio, it's just like, okay, yeah, they're all spread out all over the place, but I answer the phone when they call. I'm there when they need me. Never turn it down. Never, try not to miss. I mean, even my adopted kid over there, Bob, I try to answer all his calls. So that's what you do. You just be there when they need you.
And
And the
sometimes
need's going to
even
be
when they
different
don't
every
need
single
you.
time,
Johnny makes a good point. Sometimes when they don't,
Yeah.
or even when they don't deserve it. Joey, 2 strikes. How about you?
I would say for me, I've never been a type of person that shows care or support mostly vocally. I'm not the most vocal person. I'm not, even though I'm a type of person that wears my heart on my sleeve, because I have a really strong shell. I don't really say how I feel. I'm the type of person that I show it. It's easier for me to show somebody than to say it. And with me, when it comes to showing people that I care or I support them, it's showing somebody that they care. For me, has always been when I put somebody before me in my life, because as I said before, I've always been, I look at myself as the bottom of the food chain. And similar to how we were talking about, like with movies, you open up a box and showing Becca, or watching Tangled, how you said earlier. I'm the type of person that I feel better about myself when I can show somebody that I care and I see how it affects that person. Them being happy makes me happy.
Right.
I'm not happy if the people around me are not. So seeing somebody else's joy and the joy that I could bring to that person will bring me a lot more joy than anything I could do for myself in my own life. Support, um, like with Maria, with my son, I try to support them with anything that they want. You know, Marie, financially, I give her anything that she needs. If she needs something, I get it for her. I'll work as much as I can to provide for her and for my son over myself. And I support, no matter how much I work or how tired I am, she could tell you on the weekends, I'm always trying to do stuff around the house. I tell Marie, you worked hard all week watching Gary. Let me take care of cleaning the house. Let me take care of doing the dishes or cleaning or something, because I want to show her that, even though I work crazy hours and I work a lot of hours, what she does is I'm not looking at it through my eyes that it's meaningless, and that what she does here is as important as what I'm doing outside, and make her look at as what we do is equal. And how I've always said that we're a team. We provide for each other, we help each other out. Nobody is higher or lower than anybody else, regardless of how much I provide and how much he provides. It doesn't matter. We're equal puzzle pieces in the game of life. Nobody, it's like football. Everybody can't be the quarterback. It takes everybody on that team to score that goal, and that's how I look at it in life.
Golf.
Regardless, I try to support and to care, and to do it by showing the people in my life that they mean something to me, and that they make a difference in my life, and make them feel like anything that they do is not minimalistic or I don't appreciate it.
Joe, you talked about, see, for me, I'll tell Becca this all the time. Like, when we're good, I'm good. Or even more so, when she's good, I'm good. And
that's the right answer.
And it's funny because she'll be like, so when I'm stressed out, you're not good. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying. It's just that when you're happy, when you're in a good mood, when things are going well for you, I'm always, as long as you're good, I'm good. That I tell her that all the time. Like, it just, when I see you happy, I'm happy.
And that's how I am. If I see that Marie's not happy or my son's not happy, I'm the type of person that then I'm not happy, and I have to figure out how to make things better.
Yep.
That's just me. I've always been a fix it kind of person.
Yeah, I hear you.
So because of that, it's, I try to, I'm not, like I said, I'm not good at showing, at speaking about care and support. And it's like they say in life anyway, some people can talk the talk, but when it comes down to, walking that walk and showing it, a lot of people is all talk and no action. I try to be action and no talk.
Yeah, I've recently told somebody that I don't say a whole lot on purpose until it's my turn to talk. And then I've had to think about what I'm going to say most of the time, because I don't ever want to give advice that's bad. And I never want to say something to make someone else feel like what they're doing is that I'm judging it. So I try to be very thoughtful and careful with anything I interject into a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to catch up with the chat.
Yeah,
I'm going to run real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, there have been times where April will notice, like my birthday comes around, she goes, "What would you like for your birthday?" I'm like, "April, the only thing I've ever wanted from you is a smile. No matter what kind of day I'm having, if I see her just give me a smile, I'm right as rain."
Yep. I always tell. So Becca will send me selfies at work sometimes, and if she doesn't smile, I'm like, "You need to smile." Like, Becca has a beautiful smile, and I always tell her, like, you were meant to smile. Like, your smile can cure. I always joke and say your smile can cure cancer, and she has a beautiful smile, and it cures a bad mood.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with what you're saying there, Johnny.
Too bad it won't cure your shitty baseball team.
Yeah, that's true. 10 losses in a row. Becca, the Cubs lost again 10 in a row, and they got dominated today too.
Have they lost every game since you took her?
In a row now.
No,
Have they lost every game since you took her to see?
They won a couple after that. We're going again in a couple days. We're going to another.
I was going to say, keep your bad luck ass out of the stadium, Bob.
Yep.
We're going to Busch Stadium soon, and we're going to go check out that record exchange place too that we visited a couple years ago with our first meetup. So that's cool. I do love how loyal Doug's crew is to him and the rest of the gang. And those guys are a true ride or die. Even when Doug told Desmond to just give himself up, and Desmond said, "Fuck you" to Doug. Yeah, and he got blown away. For me, a simple hug is enough, or a healing conversation that's more than enough. Becca tells me, like, so she loves a hug from me, but I do need to get better about holding my hugs longer. I just sometimes.
I concur.
She doesn't have cooties, Bob.
No, it's not the cooties. It's that
Bob's uncomfortable hugging.
I'm impatient and I'm uncomfortable holding a hug there. You're like this for
when I met all you guys, you and Tony, like I had already met Tony previously. Tony gave me a great hug the first time I met him, two actually. And then when we all met at Jeff's house, you guys all gave me great hugs, and Bob was like, I'm like,
Honest to God, I think Bob hugs me better than he hugs Becca. I swear he does.
I want to see Bob and Becca do the Titanic picture.
Like I did with Johnny. Sometimes that's all it really takes, Prince. I do agree. Becca would say that. She would agree with Prince on that. Listening to your partner's key, and I mean really listening, not just nodding your head. You're going to take on what they are and understand them. You got to take on what they are and understand them. Yeah. Alex, a hug can do wonders for someone. Yeah. Movie hunters, yeah. What's up, Prince? But Bob, has there ever been anyone that was loyal to you from behind? They were talking crap behind. Yeah. For sure, absolutely, and unfortunately, it's happened, and it hurts. I think that
like I got a pituitary disorder.
That hurts like hell because you think that you can trust people and that they're loyal to you or have your back, and then you're like, damn, that's how you feel about me when you hear them say things behind your back. You just never forget that. So yeah, it hurts. Yeah, bro, 100%. We're all glad you're still here, Bob. Thank you, Becca. Appreciate it, Allie. Hey, Prince and Movie Hunter. I've been betrayed dozens of times. Loyalty in my friendships are so rare these days. They stop caring when I talk imperfections as a person. Harsh as fuck. I'm so thankful Bob is here too. He's equally made my life just as fulfilled, Becca says. Prince. Aww. Oh, thanks, Bob. Appreciate that happy statement. Bob, if you don't mind, what do you do for work? I
He's a stripper, Graham. They
Yep.
throw him wooden nickels,
Wooden
He's a
nickels.
private dancer. He
and
dances for money.
they swipe EBT cards down his crack.
Yep.
I,
I've seen him.
I
Mhm.
look. I work at a company called Chippendales.
Magic Mike was filmed
Yep.
on Bob's life.
Yep.
I hear the
was.
word Chippendales, and it always takes me to that Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was me and Bob. Yeah.
Yeah.
I work DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub. I use all 3 apps now, so it keeps me busy and allows me flexibility. So that helps, right?
You
now.
need flexibility in your line of work.
Yeah.
Mm.
I agree, Johnny. Ellie loves the hugs.
I want to see Bob dance on the pole. That's
I'm a
all.
great hugger. Anthony says he's a great hugger. You want to see me dance on the pole? I pretty actually, yeah. Well, I'm never mind. Not gonna get into details.
With nickels.
Mhm.
Don't be throwing nickels. You better be throwing more than nickels. Good evening. Sorry I'm late. Celebrating the senior this evening. What's up, Jeff? Happy to the congrats to the graduate. Oh Lord, Becca, you just gave Johnny a big head by agreeing with him. He was so happy. Jeff, let's see here. Hey Jeff, lots of wooden nickels.
Mhm.
Lots of just highs back and forth to Jeff. So, all right, I got one question left. I thought about this weekend after something had happened that I wanted to talk about because I thought it was a perfect example of it. I was thinking while I was driving the other day, I was like, I could talk about that. So, it's a perfect example of this, but I will let you guys go. Can you name a time someone demonstrated loyalty with you or for you, that someone was loyal to you?
I'm not sure if this was loyalty or just somebody that kind of stepped up for me. I was sorry, I'm gonna go first. I was
Take it away, Joe.
I was 16 years old. I had my uncle's car and I had a friend of mine with me that had a permit, and I'm not sure if you guys have it out there, but back in the 90s, late 80s, we had a magazine over here called the Wanad magazine that
Yeah.
sold everything.
Trading
And
Post.
yeah, similar to that, but I was looking for a car and I had my permit and I'm looking for a car. I'm with a buddy that had a license so he could be on the side. And I'm driving, reading this magazine on my leg, trying to find a car. And we were in, kind of funny, we were in Walpole, Massachusetts, right near the Walpole State Prison where some of those guys are actually in. And I rear-ended a BMW with a husband and wife and an infant in the back seat.
Nice.
And the lady jumped out of the car screaming, crying, went towards the baby to make sure that the baby's okay. Neither of us had seatbelts. To this day, I still don't drive with a seatbelt. Anyhow, even though it's mass law. And my friend smashed his head into the windshield, cracked the windshield, and was bleeding from the face.
Dang.
When the cops came, they said, "Who was driving?" My friend goes, "I was." Because I had a permit. Even though he's bleeding from his head, the window's cracked on the passenger side. Clearly, he was not driving. And he took the rap for the whole entire thing. Because nobody saw who actually got out. We both jumped out of the car so fast. Nobody saw who was driving. But because I had a permit and he didn't want me to get in trouble without having a license, he took the hit for the whole entire thing. And then I actually paid him back I had to pay my uncle for the damage to his car and the BMW, but he took the hit for the whole thing and he got a bunch of tickets and everything, and I paid for him when I was working, little by little, but I didn't ask him to do it or nothing. He just stepped up and wouldn't even let me say me. He just jumped at it and then whacked me in the arm and took the hit for me. That's the only time that's anybody's ever done anything like that for me. That they took took an L for me, and to this day, you know, that's the one thing that sticks out to me like a sore thumb.
Mm-hmm. Johnny Appleseed, how about you?
Nothing like that. I'm not even going to, mention April because it's a cop out. Your spouse is always going to have your back no matter what you do, whether you're right or wrong. Your spouse is always going to be there. So it's kind of a cop out to use your spouse.
Well, I'm not married yet, so I get to.
Well, you will be one day. I guess I could use the time where I did set a barn on fire when I was a child. I did do that, but a friend of mine,
my man.
I did go to the police department, but my friend, he ended up taking kind of like the brunt of it. Because they let my fat ass go, but I think he took a lot of the heat from it. But I was like 10, 11 years old when that shit happened. But it pales in comparison to what Joe described, and I'm sure what Nikki and you're going to describe. Mine was we tried to have a little weenie roast, and things got out of hand. A couple, butane lighters and a paint can were involved.
I thought he was going to say cow tipping.
Oddly enough, when doing my deliveries and shit, I pass by the remnants of this barn like almost on a weekly basis. But that's probably where a friend of mine. And funny thing is, 3 years later, we didn't speak to each other anymore. So, but you think you have the loyalty, but then it does go away at some point.
It can. Yeah,
You grow apart
through your fault or something they I don't want to hang around this kid. He's not cool enough anymore.
Yeah, that's what Anthony asked me in the chat. He said, if I was still friends with that guy, and I said I lost contact with him for the same reason. It's one thing with friends, and everybody could probably attest to this. It's hard to keep friends. It's a lot of work, more than with anything else, for the sole purpose of, you always have to, spend time with them, talk to them, this, that, or just send a text. Back when I knew this guy, I didn't even have a cell phone yet. So, we lost contact over the years, and then, after time goes away, after a while, you're like, oh, it's been a while, I should message him, but then it's been too long, and you feel kind of weird messaging the guy going, hey, we haven't talked in, but I started working 60-hour work weeks when I was 20 years old, and all I cared about was making my life better, and I threw everything aside, even that friend that, I felt bad for doing what I did, because he was a friend I had since elementary school, but I looked at it, as I said earlier, I had to look out for myself, and I wanted to have a better life than what I had growing up dirt poor. And to me, sacrificing all of my friends and everything to do that felt like the right move.
Hell, I've lost friends over going to watch a movie.
Well, Johnny, I hope I always am cool enough for you, buddy.
Because
you are really stepping over the fucking line with that shit, Bob.
Johnny wanted to watch Kill Her Goats, and everybody said how shitty it was, and he's like, no, I like it. I hear it's great things. I want to go check it out.
God, I'm never going to live that fucking thing down.
Nikki,
I throw a shitty movie on a live stream one fucking time. I'll never live that down. I swear to God.
But have you not thrown it 3 times now, Johnny?
He's thrown it a lot since. It's sat on the
I was
floor.
gonna say it's probably still sitting on the floor next to him.
No, because April refused to let me throw it once we moved into the new house. And
yeah, she took it away from him a couple weeks ago in a video.
April, can he throw it right now?
I did throw it. I hit her bookshelf.
Can he throw it right now?
No.
She likes the movie.
No.
I allow it, Johnny. I'll allow it.
You don't even.
No, I do have it, but I can't throw it right now because her dad's asleep in the next room. So
Okay. Next time. Nikki, how
maybe
about
on the live stream tomorrow night.
Nikki, do you have a Killer Goats? Bro.
I will throw it. It'll hit the dresser over there, and it'll shatter to a million pieces. We'll never have to fucking do it again. But it's mine.
No.
No fucking fun. See, that's loyalty.
I was gonna say Johnny's
no matter
luck.
what, I always bow down to April.
Johnny's luck. He'll throw it and it'll bounce wrong, and that picture of April that makes him cry, he'll hit it, and then he'll really cry.
Don't you
And
fucking
then he'll
dare!
be in big trouble.
Don't pull out that picture.
Go ahead, April. I'll allow it.
No. Nope, she's not getting out of bed. No.
Oh, okay. All right. April, I'll send you a personal text to go get the picture.
Oh shit! I shouldn't have done that.
Bob's gonna blow it up
She's
and
gonna
then
hit
cut
me.
it out and wear it
He hit me
as a
with a
mask
sand or flip flop.
Love it.
on the next
I
live
was gonna say
stream.
she's got some sort of weapon over there. You better be careful.
Yeah, she hit me with your house.
Nikki, you want to share? Go ahead.
Actually, what I'll say about it is, of course, you guys know that I put a GoFundMe up and a couple other things trying to get a little help while I've been going through this. And someone I hadn't seen in 35 years since I was pregnant with my youngest son, and she was pregnant with one of her children, contacted me and was like, I don't want to send it through that. Can I send it to you personally? So I gave her a way to send it to me personally. And I literally haven't seen this friend for that many years. Like, we've exchanged a couple things on Facebook over the years. We've stayed friends, but I literally haven't physically seen this person in 35 years. And she helped me at a time when, I figured I'd about tapped out all my friends for any resources or anything like that. And so it was extremely helpful, and I needed it at the time. And I'm so grateful for her to have been there. And that's not the only time she donated. She did donate to the GoFundMe too, but after the fact, she was like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to give them a fee. I want to give you some money and help you out. So it paid a bill, and it, got me to the next 2 appointments, and it was amazing. And I mean, I had a lot of help from a lot of people, and I'm extremely grateful from everybody, but that one stood out to me because it's not someone that I ever thought in a million years even still thought about me at all. So, and we were close friends when we were young, but again, life puts you in different directions, and you lose contact with people, but it made me feel, I was touched by her more so than a lot of other folks, just because she just recently lost 2 people to cancer, and she still felt the need to reach out to me and do something kind for me. So
I could name time when someone demonstrated loyalty just in this group alone, between the 3 of you. Even I won't do that. That's more the cliche route. I could do that. I could sit here and pick on one of you guys, but I guess it's still cliche according to Johnny to use your spouse, but like I said, I'm not married. This weekend, so I have been working on getting things turned around financially, getting back on track. And before I met Becca, it's not that I didn't care. It's that I wasn't making strides towards it. And I want to be a better man. And it's so hard, though, when you've made so many mistakes and you're so behind and you're trying to get caught up. And so I have been working on getting caught up and being able to budget properly and do all these things and save and pay debts and whatever. And it's been very difficult. And I had car problems about a month ago. Becca let me come stay with her and drive her van while I was getting my car worked on. She borrowed me the money to pay for the car. Paid her back a couple days ago. Super loyal right there. But just recently this weekend, I was working on Saturday, and I've been working 12 hours every day except for Tuesdays if I babysit. And it's not that I'm ignoring my friends. I even told her I feel like I haven't been a great friend because, like, even Tony texted me a couple weeks ago and I never responded. And I get a phone call. The way my apartment is set up is you can call the number and it'll call my phone, and I could just press a number on my phone and number 9, and it lets the person in. I thought it was Amazon or something. I didn't know because I couldn't hear all that well because I'm driving my car. And Becca's like, it's me and the kids. And I'm like, what the hell is Becca doing at my apartment on a Saturday with the kids while I'm working? And so I let her up, and I ended up calling her on her phone, and she's in my apartment and getting the kids ready. And she had brought them food and everything like that. And I came home. It was pretty slow at the moment anyways, but I came home and I walk in and she is unloading groceries and dinners and breakfast and a 12-pack of Monster and all this other stuff for me. And I swear I'm not an emotional person a lot like Johnny. You're not going to see me cry in person. It's just not going to happen. It takes a lot. I had to walk away. I was almost in tears just because I've never in my life had somebody go out of their way to do something like that for me. You talk about loyalty. I don't know a better example of somebody going out of their way to help you than she did this weekend. And she has been not only that, but so supportive. Just with running again, trying to get back into that, get in shape, but just make changes. Like, she is very supportive. I am a very, very, very lucky guy. I try not to take that for granted ever. But the way she went out of her way to help me on Saturday, and she texted me, she goes, I can't let my man go hungry. I've just been working, Johnny. You know how it goes. Sometimes you get Joe, you at the, where you work, but on the road, I'm so busy sometimes, and I don't eat, and I'm trying to save money, so I'm making sacrifices there. And that was her making a sacrifice and come out. She stayed the night. We watched a movie, and it was just, it's something I'll never forget. The gesture she made, the sacrifice. It wasn't just her coming out to fill up my fridge and all this stuff and give me dinners for the next week, but it was the fact that she did all of that throughout the whole entire day. She had to sacrifice her entire day to cook dinner for me. She made cookies, banana bread, this, that, go to the grocery store, all while watching kids. Like, it doesn't go unrecognized, the sacrifice that she made and how loyal she is. Like, and I can't express enough gratitude and how grateful I am for what she did this weekend. So, like, when this stream came up, it always, Nikki, it's kind of funny. We talked about it early on. We do these streams, and it's like early on, it was almost like everyone we picked was relating to you in some way. And it's kind of funny how, like, I was like, okay, loyalty, what am I going to talk about for this stream? And then boom, this weekend, I have a perfect example. So it's just kind of funny how these streams work. I really do enjoy doing them. I don't care if there's 5 people or 50 people watching. I said, we're going to do it, and we're going to enjoy the conversation amongst us. And I said, Allie, Anthony, Prince, and Becca will be here, and whoever else. But I know those 4 people will be here. So, and it's always nice when more people are in the chat. So I could sit here and say, when you talk about loyalty, Anthony and Ellie and Prince, right? Like loyal subscribers, but I don't like the word subscribers. It feels trivial. They're loyal friends, not followers, because I hate that word, but they're loyal. You know what I mean? They will watch every one of your streams. And Johnny, you too, Jeff as well, Nikki, you as well, but you're on the stream. But like even my videos, you can almost always count on your loyal, we talk about your loyal subscribers. So yeah.
I was going to say, I was in a hospital bed watching your What the Hell Did I Just Watch between you and Nikki.
Yeah.
Commenting from a hospital bed tied to IVs.
That was after he stuck something in his toe. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I got a piece of metal up my ass.
They had to go in there calling out.
Yeah, they had to dig deep.
Are you still friends with that guy, Joe? No, lost contact 25 years ago. That's so true, Joe. Anthony says sometimes friends just move on too. They have kids, get married, and get busy with life. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely, with work it sucks. Yep, kids, all that stuff. I couldn't agree more. Sometimes someone needs to send Johnny another goat steel so he has a reason to throw the original one. Pull out the photo, April. It's been way too long since we've seen it. No, Allie, don't ask her to do that. I'll pull it out tomorrow, April.
Yeah, so you guys have to stop by tomorrow and watch the damn stream because she's going to whip the little photo out. I'm going to be crying like a little girl with a skin knee.
Good evening, Bob's Blu-rays.
Wouldn't miss that for the world.
Thank you for being here, Deadpool fanatic. Actually, I'll share a story really quick. I was just happy to have a way to help, Becca said, and she did more than she'll ever know. When Becca and I went live, April and Johnny were there to watch. It was our first live stream. Becca was very, very nervous, extremely nervous, Johnny, being an introvert and everything like that going live. You guys were there, and then when Becca and I were in Wisconsin, we got an Airbnb in February. It was about a week or two after the live stream that we did that you guys were there for. And I had told Becca, I said, Johnny is actually going to be live with April. I said, we should try and make an appearance. And we were watching the Scream movies, and we ended up, while she was cooking some food for us, like an appetizer, we ended up jumping in. So that was a way of like, Johnny, you talked about like, if I'm going to be loyal to you, are you going to return the favor? I knew you were loyal the way you showed up for that stream. I wanted to make sure that we showed up for your stream as well.
Well, it's usually out of respect, Bob.
Yeah.
I respect you enough to show up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, Joe was talking about scratching. I scratch your balls, you scratch my balls earlier. So, yeah. Well, that's all the questions I got. I try to keep it, I'm starting to realize I don't need 10 questions because we usually get so deep with the questions.
What in the hell are you laughing at now? I think she's laughing at me making a fool of myself. So.
That's always
Dad or Bob talking. Dad or Bob talking balls.
Yeah, scratching balls.
Yeah,
yeah.
Scratch my balls, you scratch yours.
April saying poor Nikki because she's been subjected to the three of us.
I could take it.
I would say she can hang.
Yeah, she's used to it. She could definitely. Yeah. She keeps up. That is everything, though. Loyalty non-existent in the Blu-ray community, Ragnar says.
Not sure.
No.
You just gotta find your group, you gotta
find your niche. I was gonna say there are a lot of YouTubers that I used to be friends with that I'm not friends with anymore for one reason or another, but there's still groups. I used to be part of one group before, and I'm not part of that group anymore, but then I'm a part of this group now with a lot of effort trying to get into Bob's group because he wouldn't let me in.
And now you couldn't get rid of him if you wanted to.
It's funny how things work, when went through it. Actually, so recently I was talking to Becca and I was telling her, I said, Tony reached out to me. I said, Johnny just reached out to me not too long ago. I said, I haven't called Nikki in a bit. And I said, she's always the one to call me. I said, I got to call her. So I ended up calling you. And, but like Tony reached out to me, Johnny reached out to me. And I told her, I said, I kind of been a crappy friend, and she said, they're honestly probably just worried about you because of last year. What happened with you when you fell off the face of the earth and stuff like that. But I was like, that's true. It's a good point. So I'm definitely trying to find a balance. And lately I've just been so swamped with work and everything like that. And I want to get to a point where I could definitely find a better balance and be a better friend. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm there as much, but talking about the community and everything like that, and Joe talking about trying to get into my group. It's funny because Joe and I at first weren't like, we didn't talk. I saw this guy, he had his long hair, and I was like, no, he looks like a douche. And
yeah, I was gonna say it was on the top 25 Christmas countdown that Tim had. The first time we were ever live streamed together.
Yeah, I saw one look. I was like, he's not my type of people, stereotyping him. But then Joe and I fell in love, and it's been happily ever since.
Yeah, and like I said, even, and I won't name names, but it's something that was mentioned earlier. It's like, being loyal to people around you and not talking behind people's backs. I had, and maybe Bob will remember this, but there was a YouTuber that was talking a lot of smack about that I was friends with, and I became friends with Bob and was talking a lot of smack about Bob. But I'm not going to talk smack behind Bob's back because I'm talking to that person. I defended Bob to that person, that person turned their back on me because I defended Bob, because to me, Bob never did anything to me. I was loyal to Bob, even though that person was my friend first and longer than I was with Bob. But it's just like, regardless, it's like, I'm the type of person that if I'm nice to your face, I'm gonna be nice behind your back. If I'm gonna talk shit about anybody, I'll do it to that person's face. I'm not a talk behind the back kind of person. And I don't like when people are nice to people's faces and then come to me and talk crap about somebody. It's just, I don't feel like it's right. And I later on blocked that person on Instagram and on YouTube, and I haven't talked to that guy since. But it's just like, I'm not that type of person.
Talking crap. I'm an angel. I've never done anything to anybody.
I was gonna say you should remember this because we've talked about it. But
oh my gosh, no, the community, when I have a niche, yes, or a niche, whatever, a small group that, like, your ride or dies or whatever, and I could probably count on one hand, the people that I'm very close with, and sometimes people get offended by that, but at the end of the day, like, I mean, I consider Jeff a very close friend of mine. Okay, Jeff and I don't even talk every day, so like, my point is, for me to consider somebody a really close friend, we have to be really, really close. And that doesn't mean talking every day, because I don't even talk to Jeff every day, but I would put him on that hand, of like people I'm close with. And you just got to find people you get along with. Whether you hate the word community, love the word community, I don't even think of this stuff as like a community much anymore. Do I still love streaming at times? Yeah. I have my moments of wanting to get back into it, but it's not about the community. It's about the people. It's about the people that show up in the chat, and it's about the people I stream with. The rest of it, it is what it is. I get along with the people I meet up with on these trips. Not everybody can make it, but, and then back when people got jealous, they get upset about it, but look, you're meeting up with people. Anybody can do it. You just got to reach out. But we're talking about loyalty and everything like that. You got to be able to get along with people. And especially going and joining a group of Tennessee. Imagine somebody comes and there's a problem. It's a real awkward. It could create big problems.
It'll
So,
make a great video.
yeah. So, yeah, it's just one of those things, you know, we had an unwelcomed guest this past time in Tennessee. Ain't that right, Johnny? It was you and Tony that saw it, right?
Yeah, it was you.
It was a rat. There was a mouse. There was a mouse that ran.
Everybody had a good time except
Oh,
once
you
Bob started
see,
talking,
I would have lost. I would have set that house on fire.
Yeah, I remember.
yeah, it was just,
I was gonna say Johnny would have had flashbacks to that barn because I would have lit that place up.
I mean, me and Tony.
I'm scared to death of mice.
And I was like, nobody else saw it but me and Tony. And then,
I mean, you get a stray mouse every now and then in the mountains, guys. It just happens.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about it, but Tony, there was a lot of droppings too, so it was noticeable. I'm trying
Also, it might not have been just one.
Yeah, who knows? I
It
don't
was
know.
the Rat King that was brave enough to come out and show
don't
himself
bring
in
up
front of
Rat
you all.
King.
And the thing is, like, I'm not super picky when it comes to like, you know, just keep the place relatively clean. The problem was that place wasn't like the cleanest in the world. It wasn't bad. It was a nice place. You could just tell that the cleaners did not do a great job. Like the grill was just a pigsty.
Mm.
That was a mess. I'm trying to find a picture that I had Chat GPT make for me one time when I heard how much Joe hated rats.
Oh, don't even
Oh,
show
one
that
you made for the
picture.
stream.
Then I'm trying to find it. Oh, here we go.
I hope you don't find it.
The
I
wedding
can't even look at it.
love lies and loud mice.
Bob, you're so wrong. You're so wrong.
Yeah, I had him to do that one first. Oh, poor Joe. I don't know if Marie's seen it yet. It's a romantic comedy.
That's why I'll never own Willard or Ben or anything like. I just can't do anything with mice or rats. I'll scream like a 2-year-old girl.
I remember the first time that we all got together. I mean, April was just, she didn't like want to associate with anybody because I mean she didn't know any of us. I mean, other than me, that was about it. And then like the next year, boom, she was out with
Super
everybody.
comfortable, yeah. I feel like Becca was comfortable, but I feel like she'll be even more comfortable the next year, a lot like April was.
She's comfortable when we all start piling in on you. Then that's when she comes out.
That's true. That was, yeah. She just likes.
Yeah, because I feel like even like when the time that me and Bob met up, he wasn't like completely comfortable with me yet because he was still kind of. You were more like comfortable with everybody else. Me and Durant were trying to be Mr. Funny guys, but I remember jumping on top of Bob, and he was just like, He just kept on looking at his laptop.
You and the step up, the.
Oh yeah, what? Oh yeah.
You and Dave from Step Up.
Me and Dave doing the step up, and then I jumped on top of you, and then Dave jumped on top of me and started humping my leg.
Joe Mama, my favorite scene from Straight Outta Compton, by the way. No Vaseline, greatest diss to Dre. I remember when I was running behind one morning in the winter, Anthony says, and I was getting ready. While I was getting ready for work, Ellie had gone outside and started wiping off the car. It was very sweet of her. I loved when I read that just a minute ago. I think that is such an amazing form of love and sacrifice and selflessness. Why is April laughing? Is she laughing at me? I always worry about that. April, don't laugh at me. I'm sensitive. Jeff says, I'm always loyal to Bob. He's the entire reason I know anyone with the Blu-ray community. He gave me the chance and always stood by my side. And I mean, the vice versa, though. The same goes for Jeff as well. So I know what these trips mean to Jeff as well. And so I always want to make sure that him and I could find a way to do it with Johnny and Tony coming as well, and hopefully Corey as well.
Next year, I'll tell you that now.
I don't reach out to you anyways. I go through April now, so it don't even matter.
Oh, she'll tell you that. No, enjoyed it. Savor the flavor because it ain't happening again.
Yeah, that's BS. I will stay far, far away from the drama, like high school stuff. Yeah. And that's the problem. I got it. I used to get into that. I used to feel the need to defend myself. And it just, no. Bob knows my taste. He accepts me for who I am. We don't talk all the time. We talk sports, talk drinks, talk anything. And I'm glad you respect what I like. We vibe for sure. I agree. I like Prince a lot. Prince is a good guy. And Prince has always supported me in a very strong sense. And, he's always been kind-hearted to me, and I really do appreciate that from Prince. I think everybody would agree with that. So, Prince, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Poetically speaking, I'm the Dr. Dre. He's Ice Cube.
Mm.
Don't put words in my mouth, Johnny. Field mice are one thing. Rats are different. Yeah, I think they were a mouse. It was a mouse. I would never laugh at you, but
Yes, she would.
oh, Johnny, I will see you again, my friend. Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all will.
One time. You got one time left. That's about it.
Yep. Yes. Sure. Exactly. We'll be there. Exactly. She says it. I don't even.
Not there. No, that's not. Bull butter.
Bull. All right. I'm going to end the stream here. I appreciate everyone who hung out. Alex, April, Allie, Anthony, Jeff. Obviously, Nikki, you're here, but you're always in the chat. Johnny, Joe, you guys are always in the chat.
You're forgetting someone, asshole.
Becca.
Yeah, there you go.
I know. I was getting. Don't worry. I was saving.
She should have been the first one.
I was saving best for last. You ever heard that, Johnny?
But you didn't save her for last. You said name someone else after her.
Hope everyone has a good night. Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm gonna go watch that movie, my movie swap with Joe tonight. So maybe, I don't know.
You'll watch Joe's movie, but I've been on you for 2 fucking years to watch a movie of mine.
Let me explain to you something. You picked 4-hour movies on your list, 10 4-hour movies.
And Johnny, I told Bob I didn't want to do any more streams with him until he did his 10 watch along with you. And he said, I don't have enough time in my life to watch 7 4-hour long movies. He's killing me over here.
You make time.
I tried.
She did.
It must be like the 10 Commandments, Ben-Hur, Roots, right. Shogun miniseries.
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
I asked him to watch Barry Lyndon, and he told me to go fuck myself.
I pretty much did. What would you guys like? Let me see if I can give a couple options again. We could talk. I mean, there's a bunch of options. We still have, we could talk about dreams. We could talk about, you guys name it, anger, failures, or we could also talk about family. What are you guys thinking?
I'm good with anything.
Is this a series I'm being roped into now?
I mean, I mean, we could just substitute your face with Benicio.
This was a one-off for me. April said you have to do this one time, otherwise he won't shut up. He'll keep texting me. He sends crying emojis. You have to keep doing it.
I was gonna say, Marie said it earlier. It's a lot funner with Johnny on the streams.
It is. I mean, I'll always invite you. I like it. The 4 fills the screen very nicely. Way better, to be honest. So it's up to you guys. What do you guys think? Johnny, if you want to join, you can. But we could do hope. We could do patience. I mean, perseverance. What are you guys thinking? Family. We talked about that, but I don't know. What are you guys thinking?
If it's family, I'm not watching those fucking Fast and Furious movies. I'm not doing this bullshit.
No, if it's family, we would pick Instant Family. That's
Is that
what
the Marky Mark movie?
Yeah, that was Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Fuck him too.
He didn't say a Reese
Hi, sweetie.
Witherspoon movie, Johnny.
Huh?
I said he didn't say Reese
We
Witherspoon.
were gonna do Cruel Intentions.
Oh, God.
Hmm.
No, I mean any family movie that you want to watch is fine with me. I mean, you know,
Texas Chainsaw.
Solo. We could watch Solo.
Do you guys want to do instant? If you guys want to talk family next, we could talk family next. I could try and pick a different movie other than instant.
We could do Instant Family.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen it, so
I've never seen it.
I've
Okay.
seen it.
It's more about like adopting the kids, but obviously
Yeah.
still talk about family. I mean, we could do Parent Trap.
I'm looking. I don't even own Instant Family anymore. It left my shelf.
I think because I've still got Apple TV because where you made me get it to watch that fucking Cha Cha Real Smooth movie.
Is Instant Family on? Cha-Cha Real?
I think it's on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, I think so.
Instant Family. Instant Family. It's on Prime Video.
Uh,
Yeah.
You sure?
It says it's on Prime. I don't know for sure. Now is a good time to let everybody know. Jeff will be joining us as well. Have I asked him? No, but he will be.
There's
joining.
your warning, sir.
Yeah, Jeff, you've been warned. I already told your mom. Ask your mom. Nikki, did I not say like 4 months ago that when we do family, Jeff was going to be on it?
well, if you look at the chat, the third one up front, the bottom, it says family. That's a good topic. Should be interesting.
Yeah,
Saying John.
So yeah.
So
So I just
you
like,
just roped yourself in.
yeah, I love the idea of Jeff and Nikki being on together on it, talk about family. I mean, you can't beat that. So I just think it's
It's
perfect.
probably from yesterday.
Uh,
I'll do
anyways, yep. April volunteering me for more shit.
That's what happens when you get in a relationship, Bob. I'll tell you this now. Becca will volunteer you to do shit. I'm telling you this now. It'll happen.
I want to see if Becca's in the chat. And she's like, absolutely.
She's like, I didn't, but I will now.
That's funny. But yeah, anyways, I don't know the date. I know I can't do, actually, speaking of Becca volunteering me to do stuff, she volunteered me to do something on the 23rd, so I can't do June 23rd. I don't know what I'm doing, but
I won't be in town anyway, so.
Yeah, so we'll figure out another day to do it. Maybe it'll be July, maybe it'll be June 30th. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But I'll talk amongst Jeff and these
You
beautiful.
can talk all you
I-
want. I'm not doing it.
I was gonna say my dancing card is open, so whatever day works for you guys works for me.
Sounds good. Sounds good. But that's everything. I'll end the stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out and so on and so forth. And we'll make sure to talk some family next time. And
All right. Sounds
yeah.
good.
hopefully next time I'll try and coerce with you guys about the next movie before we do this when we're
I don't
live.
think you know how to use that word properly.
But yeah, anyways, that's everything. So I'm gonna end the stream. Johnny, your head looked beautiful tonight. I just wanted you to know that your bald head was just shining.
Not bald. I gotta shave it. I look like Father Christmas.
I didn't
like
take my
fucking
do rag off
Kenny
tonight,
Rogers
Johnny, but my
the
hair's just a
gambler over
tad
here.
bit longer than yours right
I
now.
think we should do a stream one day where we shave Joe's head.
Not happening. Yeah, we'll use beard trimmers.
Joe ain't shaving his head, and I'm not doing another damn live stream with you. How about that?
Damn.
That's the only way you'll get me to come back is if Joe shaves his head. I'll come back for that.
What I do best is volunteering, Johnny.
Yep. I've been voluntold.
Voluntold.
Right. April, thanks for hanging out. It was fun. I guess go Braves because the Cubs suck.
Yeah, they do.
All right. Everyone have a good one. Thanks for hanging out.
Good night.
Good night.
Later.